I stopped by Target again and they were pretty well stocked this time. They had another Titan Evolution Godzilla, plus this time they had the Battle Roar Godzilla Evolved. So there's what he sounds like. Plus they had more of the same, you know, another Skar King, Shimo, Skar King again, and this time they had the King of the Monsters, King Ghidorah down here. This one's just been showing up some places, so yeah, he was just down there alone, just one of these. And then down here they had Kong with Beast Glove, which I picked up one of these. And down here was the price tag for the RC Godzilla, which was out of stock. But luckily I ordered one from the site for store pickup, so they had him set aside for me. So first we're going to be comparing Godzilla Evolved with Giant Godzilla Evolved. And at first glance these figures might look the same, but they have quite a few differences. You can see Giant Godzilla Evolved has the translucent dorsal plates all the way to the top of the head, while the smaller Godzilla Evolved changes. The headpiece is different here. It's got pink just painted on there. It's not translucent. Also, the articulation on the arms is different. On the little Godzilla Evolved, the arm can fully rotate. It can go all the way around. And also the little spike on his arm is not colored. It's just his skin color, while on the Giant Godzilla Evolved, it's colored pink, and yeah, his arm can't fully rotate. It stops there at the front, then if you try to go backwards, stops there. Their tails are also different. The Giant Godzilla Evolved has translucent spines on half of the tail, while the little Godzilla Evolved is just painted pink all throughout the full tail. Then if we look at the eyes, the Godzilla Evolved has some pretty big looking cartoony eyes, which I'm not a fan of. I really like the eyes better on the Giant Godzilla Evolved. They look more like Godzilla's eyes should look. And it looks like the prototype was going to have some better eyes, but you know, final product just turned out a bit worse. And yeah, he also comes with the heat ray effect piece, which the Giant Godzilla Evolved does not come with. And you can see he's got this seam line going all the way around his neck, which makes it look like it should be able to fully rotate, but it's very stiff. It does not want to move, so I'm not going to risk breaking it. Both have their pros and cons, but overall I prefer the smaller one. He has no screw holes on his other side. And next up we've got Kong with Beast Glove, and this one's coming out of the box, but first let's look at the back of the box. So he comes with this little thing, biomimic heave, whatever that is, and also we could see what B stands for. So this Kong is actually not bad at all. I'm really liking this thing. He's got a good weight to him, like he really feels worth that $10. Let's see how much he actually weighs. So he weighs 9 ounces. So yeah, he feels really good to hold, and look at this. Look at all of this articulation he has. His arms can go straight out like this. They could fully rotate like that, then can go back and forth like this. And also at his elbow, same thing, could fully rotate it in a circle like that or go back and forth. And his wrist fully rotates like that. Just great articulation here. Plus he's got the Beast Glove on this arm, which does make it harder to fully rotate it at the elbow, but it is still possible. And also on the inside of the glove, the arm, it's got no color at all. It's just the same color as Kong's hair. Oh, and also the wrist can't rotate on this arm because it's molded into the Beast Glove. But yeah, let's look at the legs now. So same thing with the legs. They can fully rotate right here, like right where they hook into Kong's body. And at his knees can go back like this and all the way forward that much. So yeah, great articulation on this thing. Then on the chest we can see those scars. There's no holes on it like the Battle Roar Kong, since this one has no sound to it. And the face looks perfectly fine to me. Just a basic paint job, looks fine, and it can rotate all the way around. It's got this weird pink block at the bottom though, look at that. But it's not like you're really going to see that unless you're rotating his head all the way around like that. And look at that, no screw holes on the back. So I definitely prefer this one to the Giant Kong, even though I've never even seen that one in person. I know that I do prefer this one. Oh, and here's the little biomimic heave thing. Yeah, not sure what that is yet because the movie's not out yet, but here it is. And look what just arrived. We've got a delivery from Walmart. Some of these figures have been showing up on their site, also on Target, so Giant Skar King with Whip Slash was on the site. I ordered him and now he's here. But look at this. Unfortunately, he's got a pretty ugly paint flaw on his eyebrow. So I'm going to be returning this one. I'll try to get another one. Maybe I'll just end up keeping the small Skar King. But let's look at him. So his head could go up and down like this. And looks like it can also fully rotate, though the Whip Slash is kind of in the way right now. And yeah, I'm really liking the Skar King character design now. Like, wasn't too sure at first, but the more I look at him, I'm just really looking forward to seeing him in the movie, and really looking forward to hopefully an X Plus figure of him coming out. But yeah, this looks to be just about the same as the smaller version. It's got the removable Whip Slash that he can hold. Looks to be the same type of articulation, but he does have the screw holes on the back, as with all of these 11-inch figures in this line. They've all got the screw holes on the back, which the smaller versions do not have. So I'm kind of leaning towards keeping the smaller version, but I still might get a replacement for this one. We'll see. And here it is finally, the RC Godzilla. You can see right here it says "Try me," and it's pointing to this little spine on his head. So if you just push down on that, it's kind of, floppy. It's going to go to either side. It's not really going to work if you just push straight down on it. So if you see this in the store, you want to test it out. The best way I've found to activate this is to put your hand under his neck to counteract the pressure, and then put one finger on each side of the spike. Then you push down. Hopefully that helps you out. Now here he is with the 11-inch Godzilla. And you can really see the difference in color of the spines here. The RC Godzilla is very pink, how it should be, and the 11-inch Godzilla is just so orange. And yeah, the RC Godzilla is also quite a bit bigger. Can't wait to open this one and try him out, but he deserves his own video, so I'll be saving him for that. Now it's time to get this beautiful squishy beast out of the box, and we'll see if the Godzilla evolved inside of him is the same as this one. Oh, and look at that, he's almost free, just held on by that rope around his foot. Okay, and he is just even more amazing out of the box. Look at this. He can wag his tail. This has got to be my favorite toy of the line. It just gets better. It's even better out of the box. And look at this. You can move his legs like this. Look like he's walking. You can use the articulation of the Godzilla inside of him. Look at that. The arms too. Like, this thing is great. Look at that. Look. Articulation with no seams. You don't see any seams because the figure's inside of him. This thing is it. This is the best toy of the whole line. I don't even want to take the Godzilla out of him, but I'm going to do it once just so we can see what it looks like. And I can already tell this is just going to be a struggle. Like, this flap right here is kind of annoying enough. Like, it's hard to really keep it in place. If you move his arms out, it kind of almost falls out. But if you put a bit of work in, get it in there, it stays in there fine. But yeah, let's get him out. So, gonna turn the arm back like this and just stretch it off. Alright, so we got one arm. Now I'll do the same thing for the other. Kind of worried I'm gonna tear this, but it's very stretchy, It's made for this. And now the head can stretch up and off. Alright, there he is. And we've got somewhat of a disturbing scene here. Look at this. Godzilla is like being birthed out of Godzilla. And already we can see some differences between this Godzilla evolved and the other one. So this one's got a better paint job on the eyes. They're a little smaller, not so bright. And he's also got a different paint job at the top of his head. These are like a deeper reddish color when compared to the other Godzilla evolved. And the arms. So the arms have a lot more range of motion on this Titan Evolution Godzilla Evolved. Look at that. A lot more range of motion than the other one, but they are missing the spikes. They don't have the spikes on them. It's been frustrating enough just to get it to this point, so I am not going to take the rest of it out. And yeah, the tail is all loose like that because it needs to be hooked in, but I like it, so I'm leaving it unconnected.